There are worlds that exist, separate from our own, where the impossible is reality. They consist of both good and evil. These worlds were never meant to meet. But things have changed. Now, they have begun to merge as one. And our last hope are the heroes we could only imagine, uniting to fight for our survival. Jump Force. Unite to fight.
What is going on, y'all? It's your boy, Gemini motherfucking Berserker, and you already know what it's finna be. I know I'm a little late on the tip, but hey, y'all just don't fucking understand. Like, this is some real shit. Like, we finna get into some, like, real shit right now. Like, you don't understand how important this is for not only as an anime game, but as like a I don't want to say like a battle arena game, but that's kind of almost what it is, because like you can make these comparisons to like a lot of different games. Like, this is kind of like Bandai's way of like saying, oh yo, we know we fucked up, let us try again to get back in your good graces. Like, that's what this game is about. It's about getting back in our good graces. Fuck Shinobi Strikers. Like, ain't nobody even hyped for that game, for real. I'm sorry. Like, no one's hyped for Shinobi Strikers. Like, I had my own skepticism about it, even when I did my reaction video. Like, I talked about some stuff that was going on with that. So, like, now my thing is with Jump Force that, excuse me, like, this could literally be like the start of something really beautiful, and something that we probably should have had for like a really good time now. And not saying that we haven't had anything that good, because of course, you know, within the past few years, actually within the past, yeah, it's past like 2 to 3 years, we had Storm 4, we got Fighters, you know, we got two solid. I mean, out of Bandai Namco, like, we got Tekken, which even though I don't make a lot of videos on it, even though, like, I had fun doing that one stream when it first came out, I enjoyed playing it with Cosmic and Astro and shit, like, on our downtime. Like, we have gotten some pretty good, substantial games out of Bandai. Now, we're going to talk about the comparisons. So we're going to talk about Jump Force's predecessor, J-Star's Victory Plus. Now, don't get me wrong. For at the time, J-Stars was good. Like, don't get me wrong. I bought J-Stars. I had fun with it. And I just felt like it could have been better. I felt like the mechanics of J-Stars was a little clunky. Like, it didn't seem smooth at all. Like, it seemed like no matter, as long as whoever pretty much got the first punch in J-Stars pretty much controlled the fight. And I know that sounds like weird, because if you think about it in like a arena fighter or like just a fighting game point in general, like you can realize like even in Naruto, it could come down to like one or two deciding factors of like someone moving in a particular way, whereas like if you got a fighting game such as like Fighters, where it all comes down to actually like a mechanical, like who knows what, who knows how to, like who knows like the frames, who knows how to use a particular character a little better than somebody else. Like that's what it boils down to. Same thing with Tekken is more of like an actual fighting game, because like the people the like the way they do Tekken, like they actually have people who practice and are like not, I would say probably almost masters at of their particular martial art or their particular fighting style, such as like capoeira or judo or boxing. Like you have all those different fighting styles that come into play, and it's good to see that. But like in a game like J Stars, where it just comes down to like who pretty much has the overarching OP team, that's what it kind of boils down to. Because I know for J Stars, I used uh, Jonathan Joestar, Kenshiro, and I can't even remember who else because I didn't really play it that long. Like I played with my friends, and that was about it. And the game was like, eh. It was like an game, just because like you have a great roster. Like it wasn't even like the roster was bad for J Stars. The roster for J Stars was amazing. It's just the mechanics of the game were not where they needed to be. And yes, I understand the game came out for the PlayStation 3 like way back in the day. Because I believe I was I was still in like high school when J Stars first came out for the PS3, and then they moved it to the PS4 like a few years later. Well, a few years, like 3 years ago. And I remember that because I was like, okay, like me and my friends, we were hype as fuck. Like Cosmic, Breeze, Astro, like we were all hype as shit for J Stars, and we got it, and we were like, it's kind of disappointing, because like you gotta realize like we grew up playing like the old Dragon Ball games and like the old like the Ultimate Ninja series, Uzumaki Chronicles and shit like that. Like, and even One Piece, like even One Piece hasn't had like a fairly decent run as like a standalone title for like a game. Like I haven't played it. I know a few people who have, and like they didn't enjoy it, but it's all coming down to that basic factor of what mechanics are being used. Now, like from what I've seen, and I'll probably do like another video on Jump Force as like time keeps ticking for this until its actual release, because like it's mid fucking 2018, and this game isn't coming out for like a whole another year and some change. So the only things we have to really hold us over as far as like anime titles would be this. I would say something along the lines of like Fighters. Fighters is gonna have to keep people interested for a while. And I mean, and Fighters isn't even like, it's still in its infancy, so it still has a lot to do. Like it still has a lot more characters, a lot more patches, a lot more just stuff that Fighters can do as a whole. And I just feel like it could be really good. But as far as Jump Force though, I am actually intrigued because I've seen some of the gameplay, and like a few of the attacks seem a little clunky, but like I feel like this game could really be a masterpiece. And what I mean by masterpiece, I feel like they'll look at J Stars and be like, okay, hey, this is where we messed up at. We can fix this. Like we can actually like come back and like make a worthwhile like Clash of Titans game that is like J Stars and Jump Force. Because let's be real, we all bought J Stars for the fact that oh shit, I can use Naruto and I can fight fucking Goku, or I can use Jonathan and fight Kenshiro. Like it's just a whole what if game, and like it's a great what if game too. That's the fucked up part. It's a great what if game, because, you know, you can just do so much. And one thing I hope is that they develop an actual story mode of like why they're all with each other. My thing is they were in fucking America, so the fuck are they fucking up over here? They trying to fuck some shit up. But yeah, no, I feel like, you know, this could be a really good game. One thing I would like to see is more of a, now one thing that we did see was that they're fucking adding Light Yagami, which is pretty interesting, being as though they in the Death Note universe, this man really doesn't do much aside from like, you know, uses the book to fucking murder people. But, you know, it also boils down to the fact that how is he mechanically gonna play? How are they gonna use, like, you know, transformations? How are they gonna use like ultimates? And how, what's the, is there gonna be an actual combo system, or will it kind of be like J Stars where, you know, you just kind of had the one button mash and like you had variants of like tech moves? Whereas like I kind of feel like it could go in another way, such as how Tekken is, where there's a combo systems, but it's also reliant on you to figure out how well stuff matches up. Like you have moves that, you know, exist and are like really good, and you know you can just use them to your advantage. But like it also comes down to the fact of how well like the game itself plays. Because right now, from what I've saw, it looks like it plays really good. Like there's a whole lot of crazy shit going on with the game, and it looks really fucking good. And like trust me, like if this game is as fucking like insane as they're making it out to be, then I will gladly pay the money for this game. Like as you guys know, you know, I like anime. You know, if you guys don't remember from like, I want to say like a year or two ago, when me, Breeze, and Cosmic had a whole discussion about like short animes. I'll put that in the link as a, I'll put that as a video you guys can watch, as well as my Shinobi Strikers video for like kind of a reference point of kind of where I'm standing at and kind of where I'm coming from as far as like the particular things that I say and do as far as these type of games. So, you know, like I said, it's all gonna come down to a mechanics game, whereas this game could be something really fucking good, to where, you know, like unlike its predecessor J Stars, where there were a lot of bugs and there was a lot of just annoying things inside the game that, you know, I tried to play the so-called story for J Stars, and I wasn't impressed because like there was no precedent of why they were there. They could have did it how there was like a anime short where it was like Toriko, One Piece, Dragon Ball, and like it kind of explained like, oh hey, they all exist within the same universe, but they're all getting together to have like a big tournament and like buffet and shit. And like even something simplistic as that, as saying, okay, they all exist within the same universe, they just don't interact with each other up until like, you know, they're like, oh hey, do you guys want to just have a big fucking tournament and fight? And like they're all like, oh fuck yeah, and we'll just have a big fucking lunch after the fact. But that's what I'm saying, like just small little things like that, because even in J Stars, like there was no precedent of why shit was happening. It was just kind of like how I'm not sure if a lot of you are young enough, or I'm sorry, old enough to know, but it kind of reminds me of how Fighters did their story mode, where it's kind of like, okay, hey, or yeah, it's actually more relevant. I was gonna say like Budokai 2 or 3 from like the old PlayStation 2 days. Same precedent. You would just go from fight to fight, just moving in a, like that directional chessboard pattern or checkerboard pattern, like just like, oh okay, hey, you know, I have Goku, Vegeta, and Krillin on my team. I'm just gonna go over to this next stage, and that's pretty much, and that's just kind of how J Stars played, and you know it's kind of you know just where you know how that game played and why a lot of people didn't like it. But you know, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know this footage is old. Yes, the footage is old. This is from one of my videos that got taken down for copyright issues. But I do hope you guys sincerely enjoy the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I am open to questions, topics. Also, talk to me on Twitter. I look at that shit too. So, thanks, and I see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Hell breezy. Let me show you how to keep the dice rolling when you're doing that thing over there, homie. Hey, let's go! Cause I'm feeling like I'm running and I'm feeling like I gotta get away. Better know that I don't and I won't ever stop. Cause you know I gotta win every day. Go! She really wanna pop me. Go! Just know that you will never flop me. And I know that I gotta be a little cocky. Go! You ain't never